Hey everyone, welcome back to Wuchang. From here, we're just going to continue on the main path. If we can get to the boss by the end of the episode, then we will be switching to a long sword and changing up all of our stats for that boss. Cross that bridge when we come to it. From here, we're just going to continue past the store. There's an item on the ground right here. Move on up. We're not going to exit out these doors here. We're going to go up the stairs instead. I think there's a couple of dogs. Item over here. Nice. Go down the stairs. This connects up the area that we could have exited from before. And we're going to go to the left. We've got a firebomb thrower here. Coming through these doors, I think we have two dudes on the floor. Nice. Nothing behind here. I always think there's like a secret door or something behind there, but there's not. Alright, continue up the stairs. We have, I'm not sure if it's an elite enemy. It's definitely a Ming Knight. Not elite. Rude. Go. He's out. Alright, coming across here. Just to the left of the bridge here, just above my head about now, there's a gunner. There's also one right up top. So you want to take out these guys relatively quickly. So we've got that guy. This one here. Where is he? There he is. Two more dudes here. We have some item. Special build. Ooh, what he dropped? Red Mercury Sprout. Alright, coming up we have a Ming Knight as well as a dog. Nice. Easy done. Alright, coming up here, we're going to head to the right. And you've got a note in the turtle's mouth. And we have an incense burner. So we end up giving that to Wuchang, the little merchant. We have the red mercury. We have the medicine guy over here. Cool. Exhaust his dialogue. We're going to run through here. You want to avoid the traps on the ground here. Alright, we're going to go to the right of the entrance as to not alert any of the enemies. Take out this guy. Take out the dog. Take out these guys. Rude. Ooh, I went to Sekiro parry and it does not work in this game. Not with the axe anyways. Fiery flying dagger. Very nice. Coming up these stairs, we're going to go to the left first. We have a dude by a campfire. An item over here. And a dude with a shield. Now, even if like you've received a couple of hits from enemies so far, this lifesteal pendant is doing amazing. I haven't used a single health item and I've still got full health. Running over to the opposite side here, we should have 2 dudes and a dog. Nice. Behind the tent here, we have an item. Alright, we're coming to the right over here for this item here. And then in this little sort of cavern-ish thing under the building, we've got an enemy. Fiery dagger. Alright, now you do want to make sure you take out this guy before progressing. He will follow you and just be a big pain in the ass. Right. I think the next bridge over has an item. It does. Oh, coming through here, we have 2 enemies. Nice. Alright, we got the eagle pendant. I feel like that, what button is it? This one. I feel like that increases like stab damage. Yeah, it does. The axe isn't really stabby, so it's fine. But for a longsword, that might work out well. Alright, coming over to the sort of broken wall area here, we have a bird up on the wall. We have a dog, a dude, and a guy throwing fire pots. We want to go for the dog first. While he's walking around over there, we're going to run in here. Read any books and stuff that you want. Alright, run out, take him. And the fire pot dude. Alright, now before we progress up there, we're actually going to go back down. There's a pot lady in here. Grab what you can from there and then just progress upward. Now, Ming dude over there's an ambush through this thing here, just by one dude with a spear. Rude. Alright, take him out. An item on the ground. And then shield dude should be walking towards us. Cool. Alright, take note of this area here. Okay, there's a shortcut that we can kick down. Can skip straight past it by teleporting. I'll talk about that when we come to that specific door. Alright. This shortcut will open back up to the Shu Temple there, so if we follow that maybe about 30 seconds, you'll get back to the Shu Temple. Not a shortcut I've ever really used. I feel like there was a bird, yeah, over there. Alright, coming through here, we do want to go through this trap. This will alert all the enemies to our attention, who were dancing in spot for some reason. Don't believe there's anything here. No, there's not. Oh, item in the corner. Alright, don't hit the traps here. Alright. These two we can take out because they're not alerted by the traps. Coming around here, we have a new enemy type. This guy can be a bit spicy, so just try to stay on top of him. There we go, that'll do. What'd you drop? Oh, his hat! Really like that hat. It's not bad for blight mitigation, but everything else... I mean, there's no negatives there. Screw it, let's wear it. Yeah. I like that. Cool. Okay, now this door here. Couple things. It's a riddle door. There's 3 of these in the game, alright? Answering the final one correctly will take us to a boss and trigger a few endings and things, so you do want to do that. However, there's a trophy for getting the benedictions behind all doors and stuff like that. Sorry. The 3rd one we have to answer incorrectly because it teleports us if you answer it incorrectly, right? We're gonna... I don't want to be teleported. So we're going to answer the first 2 correctly and then the 3rd one incorrectly. All right, there's a trophy for opening all 3 of these and answering them truthfully, so getting the correct answer. This particular one, we are looking for the Winged Ascension. All right, this will open the door. Excellent. Bit confusing. Follow the walkthrough for this. Like I said, there's a trophy for getting all 3 of them correct, but there's also like endings and a missable boss which is tied behind getting the last one wrong. That's probably the easiest way I could have explained it rather than all the babble. Anywho, if you answered it wrong, you're going to be teleported to the opposite side of this lake. Alright, we'll take this guy out and I'll sort of roughly show you where. So, in this little building just above my head here, right about there, there's an entrance that you cannot go in, however you can exit out from. That's where we would have been teleported to. I think the boat keeper or something like that is over there. You can get some dialogue with him. Wouldn't worry about it too much at this stage. You've got 4 playthroughs ahead of you, so I mean there's plenty of options. Excuse me, a hiccup. Where are we? Alright, so to the right here we have a bird. In here we have a boss fight. If you're low on health, honestly, around the corner just to the left there's a ladder. Take out an enemy, go straight ahead for a shrine. But we unlocked a shortcut, so it's fine. Also, not the hardest enemy. Rude. Let me put on a leech. Thank you. Oh no. Not the hardest enemy, I say, as she's eating my face. I expected less. You're giving me hell, lady. Stop that. I think this is the most grief she's ever given me. Right. Time to stop playing with you, lady. There we go. That should have been that easy to begin with. Alright, so we're going to grab that item. Note on the bench here. Going to grab the gourd upgrade. Open up the door. Alright, we're going to go to our left. I'm still not going to worry about the shrine just yet. Like I said, if you do really need one, up the ladder to the right a bit and straight ahead from there. Just be careful of this dude here. If he throws a fire pot, right, it's going to explode these guys and you're probably going to die. Also, these traps will set off little mini explosions. This is the door we cannot open, yet if we had teleported, we'd end up behind there. Alright. The guy here. An item here. And what we're going to do is run up this little trailer here. We're going to do a plunge attack on this Ming Knight. So satisfying. Alright, grab the item on the bench. The red paint feather up there. Alright, now we're going to make our way for the shrine. Yeah, so the boatman is like in this little yard right there. You can sort of see him just hanging out over there. Plowing. Yep, can we go up the ladder? Thank you. Alright, we'll take him out. Now, at this shrine, I'm going to respec to the longsword. We've got a couple of enemies to go, but this will be our run back to the boss. I feel like it's probably going to be a good idea to switch over to the longsword now. Just because give you time to get used to it and things like that. Pretty easy to get used to though. So if we go over to the skill tree, take all the X ones back. Just going to grab these ones. And this thing here, the sword counter perk, you do want to grab and attach. Excuse me. You do want to grab that and attach that to the longsword. I attached it to the lashing whip, just because it's got more distance on it. All right, grab both the perks here. This is going to be our lifesaver. So pretty much this is a parry system. All right, if someone does like a direct attack with a weapon, you'll be able to deflect it. Fists and magic don't work against deflections, so they've done that quite well. Let's see if we can. Cool, +4. Awesome, that'll do me. Alright, I guess we may as well rest from here. So, if you want to have a play around of the parrying and stuff like that, by all means, if you just want to go into this with an axe, by all means, like, give it a go. She always screws me over with an axe. Right. Special attack. We've got our parry thing right there, so you just got to time it a little bit. Coming down here, we've got a bambooling straight away. Sweet. Grab that. Coming over here, we have this dude. I'm going to try and parry and attack. Just like that. Right, you can get in there, give a good counter as well. And you can see the lashing whip just has that distance. Alright, coming through here, we need the statue here to drain all the water out of the lake and give us a boss fight. Going back sort of towards the shrine, we've just got a spell to pick up on the ground. It's just to the left over here. Aurum Feather Force. Some of these spells are pretty cool. I probably don't use them as much as what I should, but that's fine. I'm a melee character build. Come over here, talk to the ghost lady.
Loves a strange beast. Loves a strange beast.
Right. And then we're coming to the statue here. We're putting the Buddha statue inside of it. Small cutscene where the lake gets drained. And now we're going to go for the boss fight. Wish me luck, because this lady always kicks my ass. So we want to come over here. Little bit of a skill check, boss. Always puts me on the struggle bus, even if I've been doing really well up until this point. Pretty much we're going to parry her first, like, thrust attack towards us. We're going to try get behind her and do a heavy attack to try and stun her. Doesn't always work out that way, but it's very much the flow of combat. Eventually she'll start throwing like waves, shock waves at you with her sword, so like you need to dodge those pretty consistently. There's only about 3 at a time. Yeah, she'll do kung fu combos with her fists, which we cannot deflect. So I wish you luck. Leech up and jump down. Alright, so straight away we're going for that counter. We're going to wait a little bit and then try to get behind her or miss the critical. Alright, this is attempt number 2. Just try and run back and grab my souls. There we go. Yeah, is she going to stab? She's going to stab. First half of the health bar, she generally does a lot of that crap. Hey, gotcha. Make sure you're setting your divine ward too quite often. That's going to be a real lifesaver. I'm going to stab. Sweet. Ooh. Alright, so this is sort of like second phase, I guess. Oh, I was too far away. We'll set the leech. Stop it. Oh my lord, that attack kills me almost every time. So she becomes a lot more relentless in this sort of second part. Oof. Doesn't help that I just ran into that. Stop it. Gotcha. Grab some of my health back. Oof. Oh, that was a lucky counter. Cool. One more hit. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So it's a very fast-paced fight. Use your counter when you can. When she jumps up in the air, just dodge towards it and try and get that critical. Make sure your items are definitely equipped. All right. Got a few NPCs to talk to as well as a hidden shrine to get. So just be careful progressing from here. So talk to Medicine Man.
I am now years ago that dream.
All right. No one along here. Where is everyone?
Bless this endeavor and protect us from danger.
If you've missed anything, it'll turn up here, like items, armor sets and stuff like that. Got Hayu's Eye?
You finally fortunate while you were on take it slow. But tell me. So I spoke with behind that. You've just one more for days. He's been muttering. One more thing for days. He's been muttering.
Alright, cool. Talk to him, talk to her.
The old tower. You've got the look. Wuchang, he's dead now. If you're heading, I'll be waiting here at the temple. If you're heading, I'll be waiting here.
Alright. Cool. We have big guy over here. Now, before I do anything, I'm actually switching back to the axe, because screw this. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the sword in a couple of boss fights, but this one in particular, the axe in particular, I just prefer overall. Alright. Fill up these. What are we going for here? We'll go for stamina. Actually, I believe we had a gourd upgrade too, didn't we? We did. It was potency. I could have had an extra flask throughout that whole time. God damn. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Cool. All right. So from here, you can see obviously we've got someone to talk to at the Shu Temple, Shu Sanctum. We've got a Reverend Temple person. There at the Reverend Temple, that's Nian. We'll be tackling that next episode when we progress. So don't worry about that too much right now. Now, is it this guy that we have an incense burner to give?
You made it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the Tangam, the palace. But I've got plenty
Awesome.
of my own treasures.
Also going to sell a bunch of crap.
Come back soon. Hey, you made it. Got some new stuff for you.
All right, so if you want, you can pick up this this discipline now. We've almost got 20 grand, so 2 grand won't set us back too much. If you're wanting to branch out and go to a secondary weapon, you can buy 10 of these faint red feathers. That should get it up to like plus, what, 3, which is kind of cool. Awesome. You have a spell here. You do need to buy this at some point to get the all spells trophy, so definitely grab that. I'm not sure if we can give this guy anything. We can't. That's fine. Awesome. All right, carrying on. We can add more levels because we sold a whole bunch of crap. We can get 2. Nice. Strength plus 5. Hells yes. All right, and from here we're just going to teleport all the way back to Palace Hill. All right. Now, cheeky little shrine here that I didn't find for like my first 2 playthroughs, and I was like, where the hell is this all shrines trophy? Like, why am I not getting it? I missed like 3. This was one of them. So we're coming back all the way back to the boss arena. Just gonna ignore this dude. And I should really equip my axe. Imperian axe, yeah. Alright, we're gonna drop down. And here is our shrine that honestly anyone could miss. Like, I would not have thought to come back here. You can't come back here at some point, so you wouldn't be able to get it later on. Just make sure you pick it up. Alright, from here, we're going to go back to the Reverend Temple. And honestly, that's it for this episode. So there's a pretty tough boss fight. I think I got her in 2 attempts, which I was very lucky. Generally, that used to take me about, I don't know, 4 or 5, something like that. So I'm getting better. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I'll see you here next time for more Wuchang.